Welcome to Guzzlr.
Hello and welcome to Guzzlr Extra. This is Marvel Monday, episode, God knows what. We're watching episode 2 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's all I know.
Guzzlr Extra.
How'd you find it, boys?
Yeah, it's good. So next week we're. No, it's good, mate. It's alright.
No, it was good. It was. It's very different, isn't it? I do think it's very different. For a lot of this, I felt like I was watching Fast and Furious.
Did you?
Huh?
The whole time, it just felt like Fast and Furious.
I've never seen any Fast and Furious films.
I don't think it felt
And
anything
even-
like a Fast and Furious film.
I did. Even Tash
Not
said to
a
me,
thing.
she was like, that was like Fast and Furious. I was like, I thought that.
I've never seen Fast and Furious. I'm already angry at the comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like it.
I've seen them
When-
all and I'm angry at the comparison.
When they were in the warehouse and stuff, I was like, this is quite Fast and Furious. And then when the whole lorry scene, I was like, this is even more Fast and Furious. Like, and then when they were just fighting on top of the lorry, I was like, are we sure this isn't in Fast and Furious?
Alright, so ignoring Louis'
And then when they went to
idiocy-
like the suburb, when they went to the suburb of the other place and they had done like the argument outside, it again felt like Fast and Furious.
Alright, so let's ignore Louis.
I feel like
'cause
I need to watch Fast and Furious just to argue this point.
He's been an idiot. So we start off with Winter Soldier going to see Falcon because he's given up the shield and John Walker's got it. And we get that scene from the trailer where it's like the big three.
Yeah.
This episode contained a lot of the trailer footage.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, most of it.
Like-
Apart from like Sharon's fight, I couldn't really remember much else that had been. Yeah,
It hasn't
wasn't
been.
the
Yeah. So that kind of sets up the rest of the series quite well, I think. If there's a lot of unseen footage, like there was in WandaVision, it was literally picked out of 3 or 4 episodes, and then the rest
Yeah.
was. And
Do you
then
know the guy who plays John Walker?
yeah,
Do you know his first ever acting audition was for Captain America?
was it really?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, but he did, obviously Chris Evans got it. But yeah, the first ever thing he auditioned for was for Captain America, and now he's playing Captain America.
And
That's
now
cool,
we
that
all
is.
hate him.
That's really cool.
It's quite nice.
See,
isn't it?
the thing of
He
it
looks
is-
like a cross between Harry Kane and Jason Segel.
I was going to say
Segel.
I was going to say Harry Kane. Yeah.
He does look a bit like Harry Kane, but then he also looks a
okay.
bit like Marshall from How I Met Your Mother. He
Yeah.
looks a bit like a cross.
Yeah.
With his character though, like I know we're meant to hate him and we're meant to really dislike him, but he is just.
I don't
doing
think we
his
are
job,
at the
isn't he?
moment.
No,
I don't think we are meant to like him at the moment. I think they're trying hard to make us like him.
Yeah.
I think that's the point.
When they were
Okay,
talking
yeah,
about
okay,
all his
but
medals
fine.
and stuff.
I think that we're fine. We're meant to like him, but people don't because instead you want to root for Falcon and like Winter Soldier
Yeah.
for that, and like you don't want him to replace Captain America. But the poor lad's done nothing wrong.
Well-
Like he says, I've just been given this job.
Yeah.
I'm just doing what I'm told to do. I'm just doing it.
That's the thing.
At the
Hasn't-
minute, he's an American hero. At the start, we see that he's got all these medals. He's impressively physical. Like he's yeeting that shield, like
Yeah.
Steve was with the Super Soldier Serum. So boy's strong, like naturally, which is weird.
Boy strong. I think they're going to do a Homelander with him. Louis hasn't seen The Boys. He doesn't know what I'm on about. But I think they're going to do a Homelander.
Yeah, I
where, so you haven't seen The Boys, Louis, but like Homelander's one of the main heroes in The Boys,
like-
and they make you think he's like Superman.
Yeah,
he's like a really good.
He's a parody of Superman.
Okay.
Yeah, patriotic hero, and then you realise that he's actually just like absolutely mental and not alright.
Yeah, he's
I
got
think that's what they're gonna
proper
do with
bad
John
mummy
Walker.
issues and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we get to the part where they're actually going on a mission together, and we get the scene where they're staring at each other on the plane, and then they talk about doing the plan, which is a bit of a callback to the Winter Soldier.
Why have they been brought together in this? Because isn't the idea is they haven't seen each other for quite a while,
Yeah.
and now they're just randomly.
Well, he turned up to moan about him
He-
giving
yeah.
up the shield, didn't he?
Yeah, but like
And then he was just like, I'm coming.
And then he went along with him.
Yeah. Which that scene was a bit of a callback to Captain America, the Winter Soldier, when he just like jumps off the plane at the start.
yeah.
Yeah.
Falcon pulls that,
That's
and
what he
then we get that quite funny scene where Winter Soldier jumps off the plane as well, but doesn't have a parachute and just falls through all the trees. I thought that was quite
I
good.
like the bit when it's like we're not that high up, and you're like they're a little way up, and then it shows you outside the plane like they're scraping the tops of the trees.
But then I like the bit where he's like you can see him nervous to go because he's only got an arm to protect him, and then he yeets and it just completely throws him off. But yeah, we see the Flag Smashers move into what seems like vaccines. Now, at the minute, I quite like the idea of the Flag Smashers. I don't see...
Yeah.
All they're doing is fighting for basically not to have borders, so there would be no wars, there wouldn't be any conflict, which is like an ideal world, right?
Yeah. A Jehovah's Witness world.
And then we get the trailer scene where they're on the two lorries fighting each other.
I didn't think that scene looked very nice. It made me feel a bit like... It was a bit dizzy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing that... And I said this to you, Alf, that when he runs past the first lorry and gets it into the front lorry to try and get the hostage back. Now, when he does that, in my head I'm like, surely he must think something's up, that the lorry behind him isn't beeping the horn, isn't shooting at him, and he's just chill about the fact that someone's just broken into the lorry in front. Surely in his mind he must be going, that's strange. Like, they don't care that I'm doing this.
It was strange, to be fair. Yeah.
The thing that I felt was weird was when they're on the roof, two guys are holding Bucky, right? Like, famously the most deadly assassin in the MCU. And they're just holding him, like, he's not even trying to get out.
Super soldiers, though.
Yeah, but still, he is also a super soldier, but he also has a vibranium arm. Like, but it doesn't seem like he was trying to get out of it. He was just kind of sat there being held, and he was like, "Oh,
fair enough, boys.
I'm chill here. I'm just gonna stand and watch Falcon fight him instead." And then John Walker and whatever his name, Starballs, turns up.
Yeah, he's that guy, the black guy.
Yeah.
In the comics, he's one of the people that's been Bucky in the past.
Right.
I can't remember his name.
I
I know nothing about him. I just know his character has been Bucky before.
Starscreen or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and then they all get yeeted off, and the Flag Smashers win that little fight. And then we get the funny scene of the John Walker and Twinkle Balls, whatever his name is, that drive past them and pick him up, and Bucky's just staring him dead in the eye. And I thought this was a brilliant scene. How he was just trying to talk about who he was and why he was taking over the mantle. Bucky's just got him dead in his sights.
He's just like, does he always do this? Yeah.
Yeah. And then they leave. And I can't remember what happens next.
No idea. The leader of the Flag Smashers, the little girl, Carly or whatever.
Yeah.
She when I googled Flag Smasher, because I had no idea who he was, his name is her name, but they've changed Carl to Carly.
Yeah.
But like, she has the name of the guy in the comics who's called Flag Smasher.
Yeah.
Except they've changed Carl to Carly.
I didn't expect her to sound the way she sounds.
No, that's what I thought. I thought that exact same thing.
Yeah.
I didn't think she sounded like that.
She's English.
That's
weird.
really weird.
But all of them are enhanced and all of them are English. Is this going to start tipping up towards Captain Britain?
Captain Britain.
I don't know, really. Because he's like Elseworld Excalibur shit, so I don't know.
Yeah, anyway. What happened next?
Is it not where...
They go to the suburb and we meet Isaiah Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, so his grandson answers the door and we finally meet Isaiah Brown, who was like the first black Captain America. Is that right? But apparently the grandson is Patriot.
Don't know.
Well, they're trying to set up Young Avengers with this. So the grandson of Isaiah Brown is meant to be Patriot.
Right, yeah.
And it sets up the Young Avengers.
Which they've been doing a lot.
Yeah, they've been doing that a lot, to be fair. That would make sense.
Well, they've got Billy and Tommy.
We'll know that, but...
They've got Patriot now. Who else have they got?
They're going to have, like...
I imagine Speed and Wiccan will be in it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what is her name?
And they've got, Kate Bishop.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. And then Bucky gets arrested. But we get that.
Such a cool scene.
We get that
when they go after Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good scene.
When they were
forced. It wasn't like an Endgame when all the women turn up.
No.
And it's just like it felt natural and normal.
Like genuine.
It felt like what
real.
it would be in America.
Yeah, 100%. Massively so.
And
when he's
we're
like,
starting
is he
to get
bothering you? Just the whole thing. I thought that worked so well.
that was the first like proper overt racism we've seen from this show so far. But it sets up a real tone for the MCU that they haven't took yet, about social justice and things like that, which I quite like. We've seen hints of things like that. Good. Like we saw Tony's anxiety in Iron Man 3, but they haven't really explored issues like this yet. And I quite like that they are.
This one's all really real world, like, isn't it? Like in the first episode, we see that Falcon he ain't got no money. They're just struggling, and he does like side jobs as well, just to like survive and stuff like that. And we see their family, and now with this racism and stuff, I think that it, I don't know, it all goes in really well together, in my opinion.
Where is this is right? This is a general point. Sorry to interrupt you, Jack.
Fine.
Where is Steve?
He's dead. He's on the moon.
Is he though? Yeah, right.
Where's Steve?
Because I really want Steve to turn up. I think he'd be sick.
I don't understand.
He might turn up like at the end for a cameo.
But that would feel bad, because then I'd be like, what's he been doing?
Surely he should be there to pass the mantle over.
I just don't get it. I don't understand where he is throughout all of this. Because
Like,
in the comics, when he becomes Old Man Steve, right? He's still about, like, all the time. People still talk to him. People still go see him. He's still a character because he's still alive. He's just old.
Yeah. To be fair, the thing that got me was when Isaiah Brown threw the can or whatever it was into the wall. And it hinted that even though they were old, they still had like superhuman abilities. Whether that was like Steve's still alive and he has the ability to do that, and it was just like a little like maybe
he must be somewhere. He's definitely somewhere.
But I thought he was dead
somewhere. He's sitting home somewhere going, oh, Falcon's not Captain America anymore. This bloke is. I ain't happy about that.
Yeah,
surely he's doing that.
I thought the first episode insinuated that Steve was now dead.
Maybe, yeah.
But I don't know what. This isn't long after Endgame.
No, but they haven't explicitly said
like 2
it.
months or something.
That's why I'm like, Anyway, then we get the famous scene when Bucky and Sam have to face each other with the therapist there, and they have the blinking contest.
The thing is, though, is that like I really like the friction between these two in this, but it does feel like they've just set the friction up to have this dynamic.
Yeah.
I'm not sure this dynamic was set up in any way. It just feels like they've done the dynamic to use the dynamic. I like it, but
it was set
it
up
just feels a bit random.
It was set up in Civil War, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe a bit, but like I don't know. It just feels
like
a bit weird.
When they were both sat in the Beetle, while Steve was with Sharon, and they end up gawping each other in front of them. There's a little bit of turmoil between the two there, and then it just.
But it's always just been a little bit, hasn't it? Like now it's like they full on like it's just come out of nowhere.
I say I like it though. I'm enjoying it.
But it's not like they're fighting each other. It's just like marriage bickering, isn't it? It's not like they hate each other. It's just like
no, of course.
But
not.
from where Endgame left, when they were both there with Cap, when he like gave the stuff over, and they were like real happy and like together, you would assume that for the next 2 months
they'd made up.
It's weird they haven't seen each other. And stuff. I don't know. That does feel weird.
The time scale from Endgame to where we are now does feel a bit rushed. I feel like it should have taken a bit more time. So this is just after WandaVision. It says about 2 months after Endgame. How have they not gone without speaking? It's almost like they've just reverted back to a normal life and everything's...
No, exactly.
How did they get a new Captain America that quick? Genuinely. I imagine, genuinely, in the world of Marvels of that when Cap gave up the shield, he probably had to do several press conferences, gone a little tour about giving it up, went on some chat shows. That's at least 3 months worth of work. That's where
the
that's
government
where he is.
moved pretty quick though.
That's where he is. He's doing Letterman at the moment. That's why we ain't seen him. He's touring the Middle East currently.
In between then and now, the Flag Smashers go to the safe house, and she gets a message from Power Broker saying you've stolen my stuff. Now, is he talking about the vaccines or is he talking about the knockoff super soldier serum?
Not a clue, mate.
Yeah.
No idea.
I assumed it's CD
Fair enough.
collection, but they make sense as well.
Yeah.
Solve that question. And then John Walker turns up again at the police station, gets Bucky out, and they have that bit of a confrontation. And he says, "Stay out my way." And that was the first hint.
Threatening side.
Yeah, that was the first hint we've got to we're not going to like this character.
He's definitely a bad guy. He must be a bad guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
100%.
I hope they do set him up like a Homelander because he's a really good character.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, and then they decide they're going to go see Zemo, and that's where it ends.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about that. And saying, going to see Big Zim.
Because we haven't seen him yet, and yeah,
We haven't seen Shaz either.
No, we haven't seen Shaz and Big Zim.
Shaz and Zim. Need to hurry up, mate.
Yeah, it's weird that we're nearly halfway through the series and we still haven't seen two of the biggest characters we're meant to see in it.
Yeah. Okay.
So far, this series is exactly what I expected, though. That's why I
Yeah.
find it hard to talk about it, because it is literally
What you wanted.
This is if I wrote it, this is what would be on.
Yeah, this is it's really good. I'm really enjoying this.
So I mean, before it started, we were like, "There's going to be some conflict. They're going to do some stuff, and then at the end, he's going to be Captain America."
Yeah, but
Yep.
Yeah.
they've in China they released the toy of Falcon as Captain
Yeah.
America, so we know it's coming.
It looks nice. I told you his outfit's pang. I love his outfit. So
What I
nice.
did want actually was when they were doing the face off and stuff, and they started to talk. It looked like it was going to go in this direction, then it just stopped. When
Kiss.
When,
You thought they were going to
yeah,
kiss.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Now, when Bucky said, "Why did you give the shield up?" I wanted Falcon to say that he just didn't think that he was worthy, and then talk about the fact of his worthiness, and he said the people don't want that and stuff like that. I wish he spoke about that and sort of used his, especially in that room when it's supposed to be a counselling thing. It would have been cool for him to really talk about the idea of what America wants, and even the fact that because I thought he was going to talk about the fact that they want a black Captain America and stuff like that, and go into more about the racism of it. And I thought it'd been nice then if he mentioned that, because we said before it started that it would be to do with the fact that he doesn't feel worthy and he's not sure about the fact that if he could be Captain America. So I thought they could have spoke about that there, but they didn't.
I imagine that's going to come up more anyway.
Yeah.
It's
I
only
just thought that
second
it was gonna
episode.
happen.
Well, that's what the writers have said, didn't they? They came out and there's a trailer for episode 3, but it's an interview with the writers, and they've said the reason they want it to go this way is they didn't want a black man to come in and just take the mantle where Steve gave him the shield. They didn't want him to just go yeah, all right, I'll take it. With all of the conflict that has happened, especially recently around the Black Lives Matter movement, they wanted to show him feeling the way a lot of the black community would, and then going on to earn the mantle of Captain America, which is going to be quite nice.
There's I forgot about the scene where that black kid calls him Black Falcon.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That was amazing. That was so good.
And then he's
I actually loved that.
should I call you Black Kid? And he absolutely runs into him.
I really like that. That was
And
amazing.
there was also the bit inside the warehouse when he says, "You spent some time in Wakanda. Now you're the White Panther."
White
He's
Panther, yeah.
White Wolf actually, and he's
Yeah.
"Oh, okay."
And
that's
then
cool.
and then we finally see Red Wing get smashed, and Bucky's like, "Oh, I wish I could have done that." Yeah. But that was episode 2 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Still an awful name.
It's terrible.
I
I don't know what else they could have called it, to be fair.
I
In
told
their
you last week,
defence.
didn't I? I'm sure I said something last week. Cap and Wolf,
Cap and Wolf.
Bird Boy and the Dog.
Still not great, though, is
Bird
it?
Boy and the Dog. I like that. That's nice.
Yeah. So we'll be back
Put it
next
Shaz
week.
and Zim.
Shaz and Zim. If I do my predictions for next week,
Yeah.
surely Shaz and Zim must come into it.
Yeah.
I mean, Zim must do, unless it's just them on their way. They're walking to his house.
The whole
for
the whole 40
minutes.
minutes, yeah. In prison.
We'll be there in a minute.
Shaz and Zim.
Yeah, so that was episode 2 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We'll be back next week for episode 3, I assume. Yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye.
See you next week.
Thank you for listening to this Guzzlr podcast.